Thank you for joining us, Charles. So the first question I actually have, since we know you've done a lot of work looking at an alternative way of looking at economics. So the question that we actually have for you is, the common saying is that money is the root of all evil. What are your thoughts on that general notion that people seem to love throwing out there?
Yeah, so if you quote that, someone will correct you and say, no, it's the love of money that's the root of all evil. I don't think it's the root of all evil. But it sure looks that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be a positive force in the world. One thing that I ask why? What is it about money that makes it seem like the root of all evil? What properties does it have that other kinds of possessions don't have? And how could we perhaps redesign money? Or how could money evolve so that it's no longer the root of all evil? Because really, I guess it kind of begs the question, what is money? Mm-hmm. And the way I conceive it, money is basically a story. Yeah. It's an agreement, yeah, or a whole set of agreements. And we've agreed, those agreements create money as something that's artificially scarce, that demands endless growth, that separates people, that destroys community, and so on. But we could possibly create other agreements that define money as something very different. So this is, it would take me a long time to really answer that question.
Of course, no, that was an interesting way of going towards it. So, obviously you kind of alluded to it a little bit in there, but do you feel that money is a necessary part of this world moving forward, or do you see a potential world where it's no longer needed, and whether something comes into its place or it just completely is no longer?
Well, I think as the deep stories of our culture change, of our civilization, the story that we call money will have to change as well. And that means that I think someday money will have evolved into something that we would almost not recognize as money. Would you still call it money? I don't know. But I think we do need some way to coordinate human activity over a vast scale, yeah, and to direct resources to meet needs in a society where not everybody knows each other personally, and not everybody knows what everyone needs, yeah, and where people are doing things that are so specialized that they have to be coordinated with thousands or millions of other people all around the world. Unless we retreat to a hunter-gatherer world with 50 million people, we're going to have some way to do that. And that can be a beautiful thing. 1 billion, 2 billion, 5 billion human beings can create things together that 50 million might not be able to. So we'll need some way to do that. So maybe, essentially money is already sort of a data system. I liken it to signaling molecules in a body that direct resources and say, I'm hungry, or I've had enough, or I need this, I need that. Like, money is supposed to do that. Yeah. It doesn't do it very well, yeah, but theoretically it could do that. So yeah, I think if you expand the conception of money to be that, to be the medium through which human beings coordinate their creativity and meet each other's needs, then yeah, I think we will always have money. But it could be something very unrecognizable.
Yeah, very different from the way that we know it at this point.